So today, our latest pickup truck review is anything but. However, at the Canadian Truck King Challenge, we're very concerned with trucks that have jobs, and a lot of those jobs are always about the off-road. So pickup trucks often find themselves in very, very rough off-road conditions, particularly if they got jobs. But if you've got an extreme job, then this is what you want right behind me, the ATAC-V Patrol. This is a vehicle built right outside of Sherbrooke, Quebec, and it may look like a Sherp, that's the Russian version, but it's anything but. And what we're going to show you in the next couple of minutes is how this thing handles the extreme conditions right here in Canada. What makes the Patrol so amazing off-road is a couple of things. Obviously, first, these massive, massive tires. These things only have 6 pounds per square inch of pressure in them. That is less pressure than your foot exerts walking across a field. So they do a couple of things. One, they tend to float over terrain. Number two, they float. This vehicle is amphibious. It will get into water and only get water up to about halfway up this tire, and it'll just crank and get you up and over the other side. For power, the Patrol uses an inline-4 diesel. That's a Hatz German turbo diesel. Puts out 74 horsepower, 170 pound-feet of torque. Now those numbers don't sound huge, but this thing works with massive gear reduction, but more importantly, a hydrostatic transmission, all hydraulic. There's no gears here, there's no clutch, there's no brakes, there's nothing but that hydrostatic, which is moving it forward and back. And on top of that, the way that it puts power to these wheels, this unit will spin in a complete 360 in its own length. So this basic Patrol model comes with a pickup truck style bed. You've got D-rings and tie downs. The idea is that you can get a massive amount of cargo back here. If you're buying a vehicle like this, you're going into the bush for a reason, which means you need equipment. Now this is the very simplest setup, but ATAC-V has created, for instance, a crew cab version, an enclosed unit that'll house an 8-man work party, again, to get you into the gnarliest of conditions. At the same time, they also have a small crane that they can install here. And once more, back to the hydraulics. Because everything on here is hydraulic, they can put equipment on the front, on the back, and if you have a specific need in mind, listen, call these guys up and they'll fabricate it for you right here in their shop. Yes!
Baby, climb. Grab that tree. Yes, yes! Yes! Oh, come on.
The Patrol can come with those tires. Those are pretty big tires, 65-inch tall, and they are paddle tire. So in some condition, like going through water, those paddle tire will offer better traction. Overall tire that you've seen on previous video, good overall tire in every terrain condition. But these paddle tire would be good in the swamp and in the water. Optional.
You've watched the patrol get into and out of places that you would never dream of taking a pickup truck, even a highly modified one. So once again, if you're in one of these industries that requires you to get in and out of places that no sane human would ever go into, this is probably your vehicle. So here comes the question. What does it cost and when can you get one? So here in Canada, $130,000. And if you go to the website, get your name in because they're available now and they'll build you one.
And then it's all joystick. And these yellow buttons are your power buttons. So upshift and downshift. When you upshift, what it's actually doing is just opening a valve on the hydrostatic to allow more fluid through.
Sweet.
Yeah. You can really get some speed going. Try not to go too crazy. And the other thing too is it turns a lot better when you've got more speed, right? And you got your gear up.
Right.
It turns a lot quicker and tighter. Of course, no suspension, so she's not exactly smooth. Man, it just feels unstoppable. And the fact that you sit right over the tire is weird too, you know? Rather than having your front tires in front of you.
It's cool though, having good vision straight down.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You can really see everything.
Like just feel how it crawls through you. Yeah. Like just nothing, absolutely nothing. That is amazing, and guys, that's not a little bit of mud, that's a lot of mud, and it had no problem getting in and out of there.
If you like what you've seen here today, you'll notice that at Truck King, we're trying to increase our range. There's a lot of vehicles out there and a lot of interest. So that's what you've been looking at. Now, why don't you go down there, leave us some comments, tell us what you think of this video, and tell us what you'd like to see us covering. So just remember, keep coming back to the channel to watch trucks doing what trucks do best.